Sometimes discoveries occur in the world that seem impossible. Discoveries based on documents and even experiments related to times and places that, if confirmed, would challenge all of science and history. For instance, the discovery of a statue estimated to be 2 million years old, even though humans capable of creating such an object only have existed for 200,000 years. The Ring Watch. This object appears to be a watch reportedly discovered in 2008 in an ancient Chinese tomb from the Ming dynasty that had been sealed for about 400 years. Initially thought to be a ring, it was later reported to be a small golden watch with the word Switzerland inscribed on the back. The Ming dynasty ended in 1644 and Switzerland wasn't established for another 2 centuries. The tomb itself dates back 500 years before the founding of the Swiss Confederation. So how could this watch have found its way into an ancient tomb? Dating the exact creation of the first watch is challenging, but the history of watchmaking technology dates back to the 16th century, around 1520, and no ancient watches have been documented before 1550. As for the ring watches, it appears that the first recorded use was by Queen Elizabeth in 1558, though they only became popular among European nobility after 1780. Ring watches were never popular or fashionable in China at any time during the Ming dynasty. The details of this discovery are incomplete, and there is uncertainty about whether the item was found within the sealed tomb or simply above it. Various theories surround it, from it being left by time travelers in the wrong era to the possibility that tomb raiders accidentally left it behind. While the second theory cannot be entirely dismissed, there are no signs of theft or damage in that area. Some speculate that an animal might have carried the object out of the tomb and left it there. Others believe that this mystery could be linked to the Knights Templar, a secret medieval order thought to have been guardians of valuable, possibly even magical artifacts. There is a theory suggesting that Templars played a significant role in the founding of Switzerland and in establishing its long-standing tradition of secrecy. They are also believed to have been active worldwide at that time, potentially connecting them to this unusual occurrence. The Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism is a corroded, weathered bronze component that has puzzled many scientists who have studied it. Studies estimate it was built around 150 BCE, yet devices of such complexity were not seen again for another 1500 years. This mechanism consists of extremely intricate gears and mechanical parts which could have been very challenging to construct without modern, advanced tools. It was discovered in 1901 in the wreckage of a Roman shipwork near the Greek island of Antikythera. The gears were identified in 1902 during the examination of artifacts from the wreck by archaeologist Valerius Estes and have been extensively studied by archaeologists and specialists over the years. However, it was only in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, with advances in scanning technologies like X-ray tomography, that the true value of the device was fully understood. The mechanism is believed to calculate the positions of astronomical cycles, functioning as a complex clock and computational device. Using 37 gears, it could model the movements of the sun and moon, including their irregular orbits in the zodiac region. After decades of study, it was revealed that this mechanism could not only determine the positions of the sun and moon relative to the 12 zodiac constellations, but also predict solar and lunar eclipses, keep a 365-day calendar, calculate the 19-year metonic cycle in astronomy, and display the phases of the moon. Its engineering sophistication is astounding, and it has been claimed to be the world's first analog computer. Tony Frith, a mathematician who studied the device, stated in a documentary that if this mechanism hadn't been discovered, no one would have believed such a device could exist because of its extraordinary complexity as an astronomical tool. No technology like this has been found at any other ancient Greek site or documented anywhere else, and mechanisms with this comparable complexity for astronomical clocks were only developed in Europe after the 14th century. The nearly impossible existence of this mechanism mechanism in its historical context has puzzled scientists since its discovery. It is currently housed in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, and it has inspired speculative theories as well. Some, for instance, claim that the devices prove of ancient astronauts. However, the mystery of its earthly creator remains. Who built it, and for what purpose? The Nampa figurine. The Nampa figurine is a small, skillfully crafted 1.5-inch clay figure discovered in 1889 by workers drilling a well in the town of Nampa, Idaho, USA. It was found approximately 320 feet underground beneath layers of soil, basalt, clay, and sand. George Frederick Wright, an American geologist, described the find in his book The Origin and Antiquity of Man, noting that the dig initially went through 50 feet of soil and then 15 feet of basalt. They continued through alternating layers of clay and loose sand until they reached about 320 feet, at which point the pump began bringing up several clay balls, some over 2 inches in diameter, and finally the figurine itself. The depth at which the figurine was found, along with the layers above it, which seem to date to the Pleistocene era, raises questions about its possible age, leading some researchers to hypothesize that it could be as old as 2 million years. Thermal tests on iron oxides present on its surface appeared to corroborate its age, matching the clay samples from the same depth. Michael Kreml, a researcher and archaeologist, wrote in The Hidden Story of the Human Race that according to Darwinian evolution theory, figures like this could only be made by modern humans, who have only existed for about 200,000 years. Scientists have consistently validated the accuracy of this figure in ancient records. On the other hand, modern humans appear to be the only species capable of creating such a figurine. Humans who did not exist until 1.8 million years after it was made. Additionally, a professor from Oberlin College evaluated the piece and concluded that it was crafted by a skilled and creative artist due to signs of facial details and geometric patterns indicating clothing and jewelry. However, over time, doubt arose and some modern researchers proposed an alternative theory that the Nampa figurine might be a relatively recent creation, ultimately buried in sedimentary layers, giving the illusion of great age. It was suggested that it is possible the object did not originate in that specific location or beneath the lava layers, and it may not be impossible for such an object to penetrate the lava bed through cracks or water channels, moving downward and eventually being carried by groundwater to the point where it was extracted during the excavation. The Nampa figurine is currently on display at the Idaho State Historical Society Museum, and its origins remain a mystery. The enigma surrounding the Nampa figurine endures to this day, raising serious questions about the history of human settlement. It serves as a reminder that even well-documented discoveries can challenge our understanding and rewrite our narrative of the past. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Wishing you ever-growing knowledge.